fishing shallow. And I probably made a better living fishing shallow before I started fishing professionally. Fishing around here in these 1-day and 2-day events, because that's where shallow water fishing really, it can be really good, is whenever you just fish 1 day. After 4 days, it's a different animal. You have to kind of, you got to have a little bit of strategy, and honestly, you just got to get a little bit lucky sometimes. But I'm a firm believer that other than the spring, even in the fall, other than the spring, 80% of the fish live off of the bank. 20% live shallow. What I call shallow is, this deep, or I should say this deep or shallower. I think 20% live there year round, other than the spring. I think in the spring it's reversed. I think 80% are up there wanting to do their deal, and then 20% are out. So the problem is, though, is a lot of times we go to these tournaments, or I go fishing. I know that I may be fishing, other than the spring, I may be fishing for that 20%, but that 20% is a lot easier for me to catch sometimes, because I'm throwing at a stump, or I'm throwing at lily pads, or I'm flipping a boat dock. I know where that fish is going to live at. And that open water with the electronics we have now, it's easier. But the thing is now is the trend is open water fishing with all these electronics. Not only for me, not only for these guys out here, but for everybody else. Andy Morgan and I was talking about it last year. He's like, I love all this electronic boost because it's putting everybody out in the center of the lake, so I can fish the bank again. And it's true. It's going to trend, and then pretty soon it'll flip flop, and I don't know that it'll ever even out. But I love it. If I go to a lake, let's use Kentucky Lake or Lake of the Ozarks. A lake that's really not known for ledge fishing. If I go there in June or July, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to catch them deep, because I feel like that's going to give me the best opportunity to win a 4-day tournament. I'm going to try to find those ledges or those brush piles or those deep docks where I can catch a lot of fish and have a chance to catch those big ones. Now, kind of my rule when I do that, when I go fishing somewhere like that, is I'm going to try all that stuff first and get it out of my system. If I get on them, then I'm going to proceed with the plan. After the first day or halfway through the second, if I'm not getting bit or if I'm not finding them, it's a whole lot easier to slide up on the bank and start dobbing around, boat docks and things like that, just so I can, catch some fish and have a chance to win. If you're going to fish shallow this time of year, you have to know the first out of the box that there's not that many fish up there. There's still winning fish, especially for a 1-day event. But you have to know. Chances are, let's say you fish a 2-day event and you run your cycle, you catch 7 on that cycle in 1 day, you're probably not going to be able to run it the next day. And if you do run it, you're probably going to catch 1 or 2. How many times have you guys in here done that? You go, or you practice, you swing, be honest, you swing on everything, and the next day you go back and you catch 1 or 2. It happens. It's happened to all of us. It's happened to me. And the sad part is I've been doing it for a long time, and I still do it sometimes. So, is there anybody in here that's from out of state? Where are you guys from?
Texas.
Texas, Missouri?
California.
Oh, son. Okay. I don't know how much I can help in California, because I've been to, what's the lake that has, or the river that has all the big ones come out of Sacramento?
Castaic?
No, the Delta.
Oh, the Delta.
Fish the Delta, which is probably one of the best places I've ever made a cast. But I've never fished a reservoir out there, so I can't name a lake by name, but these other guys, Texas and stuff like that. Talk about some of the things that we're going to look for in the summertime. Obviously, anything that's going to happen, I told you that 80% in the summer, 80% of them live shallow. When I get there, my first objective is to go look for them deep, especially with the electronics that I have now. But sometimes it just doesn't work. I mean, you're at a lake and you can't catch them deep. You've idled for 4 hours. You haven't found any schools, and all of a sudden, I got a tournament tomorrow. I want to go fishing. You know, it's easy to fish the obvious and run around and get bit. And there's still, especially in one-day events, there's enough fish living shallow if you play it the right way to win some derbies. And if you don't fish derbies, just catch some big ones. So
It's Mike Iaconelli. This is Bass U TV.
Here's what's awesome about Bass U TV.
You get the top instructors.
You will learn things at Bass U that you will learn nowhere else.
We take the mystery and the myths out of bass fishing.
Real tools that help you catch more fish consistently.
At Bass U TV, shoes are optional.
And I like turtles.
And that's why you want to check out Bass U TV.
Join the Bass U family.
Welcome to Bass U TV.